So this is a big problem with the dating sites and everything like that. Um, we need verified people first off. So we don't need robots in there at all. We only need humans who are verified humans. Um, whatever uses verification, whatever. People should want to be verified anyway. It makes you more important. Um, so yeah, I think all the bots should just not be verified. Um, Anonymous accounts should like be hit hard. You shouldn't expect to get much play in the algorithm if you're just some random person. That's what I think. If you're out here putting your real name and face out here for everyone to see, you should get like a boost. You should get a boost because like you're actually, you know, putting your words on the internet forever, and you're not hiding. The people who hide should get hit with that. The people who block other people should get hit with that in the algorithm. Like, we shouldn't want people to block. We shouldn't want people to mute. If you do that, that's fine. And then, like, you can get, like, an alert. Like, do you want to unmute this account? You know what I mean? Like, some kind of notification. Um, it will help you in the algorithm if you unmute this account. Let's like have more control, more knowledge of our algorithm. What times are best um, to upload, things like that. Whatever can get me promoted the most. Um, that's what I want. So like, if you're a verified person, um, compared to just some random account, which it could be anybody. It could be a shadow account. It could be a bot. It could be anyone. Um, it's like um, I don't know. I don't know. Um, if you like I said, if you put, I wish I could skip like 2 years in advance. That's what I just plan on doing. I just plan on like I've done everything I can do. There's not going to be any voting, and I don't even want to think about like there. I don't. I don't want to think about any type of voting or who to vote for right now. So like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm tired of like the Epstein list is not being released. Uh, I haven't heard anything about the JFK file. Like none of that shit's being released. That Trump said I want this released, and these are his people that's holding it back. So might want to figure out why Pam Bondi isn't releasing the shit if there's truckload. I don't want to hear about this shit. I don't care until it actually like drops whatever they have left. Um, I would think most of it would be destroyed, but I don't know if they would be able to do that with court records. I mean, that would probably be a pretty difficult thing to do. Not saying it can't be done, but yeah, there should be some type of record. having to go to different places and destroy, like, going back, you know what I mean? Like, it's public, like, that stuff should be in the trial, like when the initial trial or whatever, like. But if there's like a list of names, who, like a black book of names, why aren't they releasing them? I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's the whole cabinet, which I just don't think so. Yeah, right. If Trump's in there, he's in there, man. Like, we need to know, dude. Are you a pedo? Man, you're already president. What does it fucking matter? So, like, I don't know. I don't know if they had that type of evidence on Trump, like, wouldn't they have already dropped it? That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't have they already dropped that? If Trump came down, if Trump was a pedo, like, wouldn't they drop that already? Even though it destroyed all the credibility of all the people, like, all the blob of celebrities and everybody else, their reputation is just down for Trump. Unless it goes really, 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 really deep of, I want to know his client list. I don't want to hear about flight logs. Flight logs could happen here and there. Doesn't mean, like, you went to the island and you're, like, a person that actually is a customer for these underage girls. If Trump's on there, he's on there, man. I don't think he is on there, though. I really don't. I think that they would have already released that, the deep state. If they had that type of evidence, they would have already released it. They don't care. Like, you're gonna get hurt too. Like, leave the country. Leave the country. If you broke the law, get the hell out of the country and don't come back either. Don't ever come back here. That's all you gotta do. Just leave the country and don't come back. Or go to prison, but people need to be locked up. There needs to be accountability. If there's lawmakers who have broken the law, they need to suffer the consequences of whatever it is, whether it's a fine that they have to pay or it's jail time. I don't give a fuck, man. Start penalizing these people. If they've done things dirty, like Ilhan Omar's boyfriend was getting campaign funds for some type of independent counseling, consul or whatever, consultant, like, that money is just going, that's like being funneled back to her. Like, they're married now. So, like, that's a great scam. Let me become a senator, or let me become a congresswoman, use the campaign funds on somebody that, like, I like, give them a big salary, a big pay increase with your campaigns, the taxpayer money. Allegedly, she did this. But I'm going to marry him now. He's got a ton of money. Like, we just got $200,000 off him. That's a house. Let's buy a house. Right through the taxpayers. The taxpayers basically paid for their house because of who she was, a conflict of interest, that's money laundering. You just funnel it to a different person. And, if there's any of that type of stuff that's happening that they know about, and I think that Elon knows some things that he doesn't want to let out because he's afraid for his life. He feels like he would be dead. There's so much corruption. We need a change. Like, this financial ups and downs, pullbacks. No, we need fair trade for everybody. Like, if you're taking advantage of us on trade, you're not going to take advantage of us anymore. We've been hit hard enough where we're at. We've lost a lot of industry here. A lot of people are on welfare who shouldn't be on welfare. So if we have good paying jobs for people here, then get them off of the welfare. then we might actually have more money that goes towards our budget instead of paying for all this welfare and government programs. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, at some point, whatever we produce here with our GDP or whatever, it's going to go all towards the national debt. Like, trillions of dollars. And that's called hyperinflation. And it's just like, dude, that we we just have to reform these different types of things. Like, okay, let's start counting up everybody else's debt. All right, if everyone wants to talk about debt, like, who's in the surplus? You know what I mean? Like, what country is in the surplus when it comes to their currency? Is their currency doing good? Who's still the world reserve currency? We are, and that's kind of like a thing that holds people. But we need to get off of that. That's an old system. We need to go on to crypto and blockchain system and Bitcoin. And it's the perfect time, man. It's the perfect time. And I can't believe it took I wonder who sold. Who's sold? Who's been selling? A big drop off. I wonder if it was the government. You know, you can manipulate markets if you have enough blockchain. You can manipulate the stock market as well. You can manipulate any market as long as you have enough, as long as you're big enough of a blob. Kind of like George Soros, how he was wrecking economies and made tons of money from it. He just like extracted so much value. That's why he just like destroyed countries. And that's what he's trying to do here. I don't understand Alex Soros. So, like, I want to have like open borders one day, but we're not there yet, man. That's at least like everyone's still about their countries, man. So like, there's nothing wrong with people being from a different, specific country. So we're not losing the country, so we're still gonna have borders because that's what people want. Um, it would be nice if we didn't have to worry about it no more, and I think that that's what blockchain and crypto does. I'm surprised that all the other, countries aren't like jumping in right. Like right now, I would be jumping in 80,000, 83,000. Man, seriously? Like, you guys are not jumping in right now? Like, when you want to wait? Let me see. Is it going to go to zero? What bear market is taking it to zero? It's not going to go to zero. The lowest I have Bitcoin going would be like 30 grand. If it went to zero, then I guess, like, what would make it go to zero? An event that would basically take most of us out anyway. A solar flare thing, and just completely annihilated all of our infrastructure, our grid, everything got shut off because of a massive solar storm. Then it goes to zero because like most people will probably die. Okay, like that would happen across the world. So like big civilizations would just come crumbling down. And I don't want to live in that time. Hopefully, I don't think we're going to. I think that we could have if Trump would have. Man, that thing with Trump, man, like, he should be dead right now. That is crazy. That is crazy. What was this video talking about? I don't care. What I think the lowest it'll probably get is like 30 grand, but it might not even drop under 50. I don't know. Like I thought that the Bitcoin strategic reserve being announced by America would just start FOMOing everybody in. These rich people, I guess they're not. I guess they're still not. Or countries, Idaho, not Idaho, Ohio, and I think that Texas and Wyoming are ones that are trying to have some type of Bitcoin reserve for their states. I think Texas is doing pretty well with that. And that's a smart thing, you know? And I've went on X and said stuff to my local representatives about a Bitcoin reserve, and um, kind of figure like it's not going to happen because of the people in charge, the Democrats. So it's kind of pointless. But then my idea is like, let's just do cities then. Like Vancouver, Canada has one. They're trying to do one. So why can we not have cities do it too? Make cities rich. But it is what it is, man. So maybe we are going to real rough times. I'm fine with it. Like, I have no problem scraping by. I've been scraping by. I have no problem scraping by for a couple years, as long as there's like some type of reward. Like, I'm not going to. I need to retire. I need to stop working manual labor jobs. So I need to either go into some type of like situation where it's a really good like 15-minute city community. That's what I want. I want to live in a 15. I want my work to not be far. Like, I want to be able to ride a bicycle to my work and not have to worry about anything. I don't want a car. I don't want to store up a bunch of stuff. You know, I don't. I just want to have a lot of my valuables in the digital realm. I don't see a point to have a lot of physical stuff. It just kind of holds me back. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to have, in a different video, I'd like to have like a cabin in the woods. I'd like to have that. That's what I would like to have. Even a little tiny one. It doesn't have, and I want it completely bare. It could be a trailer. I would prefer like a trailer, honestly. Like a manufactured house. A manufactured house would be amazing, but a 3D printed house would be cool too. And as long as it has the plumbing and everything like that, I'm cool with that. But having plumbing in the middle of nowhere is kind of, yeah, you have to have a well or something like that. I don't know. It would need to be kind of set up already. Anyway, so like, or have a bunch of money to pay for that. I would be happy with that, and then have like Starlink provide my internet. I guess try to make money off the internet, but I could grow stuff. Like, I like to have a greenhouse, and I like to probably grow marijuana. Yeah, I would like to grow marijuana. But I like to grow other things too. I like to be in a cold environment. I like the cold, so I don't like to be. So that's why like Canada would be awesome, man. Like, I would like to go up into Canada. I guess Alberta would probably be like the. Well, they might lose Alberta to us, man. Because, like, what if Alberta is just like, I don't want to be a part of you. I want to be a part of America. And then what happens if we lose Washington State to Canada? Oh, man. So, like, you can see where a civil war can happen when you start losing states to the federations, different territories. Maybe we should be divided. Just leave us alone. You go be in your areas. Just let us have a big chunk of North California and South Oregon. Let us have that so we can build up shipping facility yards right there. As long as we have our valve to the ocean like you do, so we can be prosperous. And that's why these blue cities, these blue states act like, there's a lot of trade that California gets from other countries. It's right there off of China. It's just a straight shoot from the Pacific Ocean right to California. um, and to go to like trade, we'd have to get it from Europe and stuff on the East Coast. So uh, it's like people should be in the areas that they should be around people who they like. We should have areas where you can live by like-minded people. So like when I go back to Missouri, it's at least I'm with like-minded people that care about the First Amendment. There's some things that are stupid about that state when it comes to property tax. I wonder if I can try maybe start trying to talk to different people in charge. I guess you know just depends if I start using X more. If I don't know. I think that I might be booted off of there, and because the original account got me banned. I'm surprised. Like the comment was kind of like really rambunctious, warlike, and I didn't get any type of. Um, it got my account nuked. I had 5,000 followers. I was doing really good. Um, and that I said that something, and all of my other accounts off of X have been off of that one. So the one that has 13,000 followers, that's off of that one. So that's kind of like, they actually paid me off of this account too. So I don't know. Like, I think that's kind of, they let me stay on, I guess, and they actually paid me. So, um, I've been. It's just I can't have two X accounts that I pay for. Like, I like to have a shadow one, man. Let me have like a different check mark for my shadow one, and like let me put my words through a filter, an AI filter. So if it's okay, let me type in some words before for my name. So like I know if it's appropriate, you know, if it's okay. Because I think that what got my account banned was that I changed it to dumb white Democrat, and I think that's what got me nuked. Um, and I had the profile picture of a white um, dog crap. You know when dogs eat paper or something like that, their crap is like white. um, and that was the picture. I think that's what got me nuked off of there. And I was just basically gonna start trolling the left, acting like I'm a part of them. I said that I was in like the bio said I was in the um, I hate Trump death cult. um, and then just basically gonna call Trump a fascist and say everything um, by just mocking these people. But like that got me nuked pretty quickly. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I want to use X besides the free AI. Well, the AI. I like the AI. It has very useful. Grok is very useful. Um, I would suggest messing around with the AI, and um, it could teach you. It could teach you. It's gonna be our. It's gonna be our teachers. Um, why did I start smoking weed again? Why did I start getting high? Like, this is the worst time for me to get high, right? So I was getting high all last year, you know, just depressed. Like, I came here, you know, basically completely isolated. I kind of left on bad terms. Like, I deleted everybody off of Facebook. So to come back here and then like it just was like a bad vibe. like not wanting to socialize much, not wanting to date, not being in like motivated to even want to meet anybody, motivated to even want to respond to people. Um, because like talking to new women is just so boring. I have to like gauge them, and it sucks because it's like, how much can I try? How much can I not? How much is she? Because you only have one chance when you talk to a woman. If you like mess up at all, you got to be completely perfect. You got to be confident. You got to be a good conversationalist. You have to have decent looks. You got to be hygienic. My height probably did help out when I was dating. You gotta perceive like you got your shit together, man. And it's you know, and you gotta be able to have a little bit of game. You have to have a good vibe. You don't want to come across as boring. You have to be able to like banter, jokingly banter. Like, you make fun of me, I make fun of you. I make fun of the situation. We're playing roles. I'm playing a different role. Man, I joke around like I'm a little kid, like throwing a temper tantrum. You know, like I can't do that with just regular women. Like for a woman to really get to know me, like I'm toxic, and you're gonna have to go through a lot of stuff. You're gonna have to go through a lot of stuff for me to be like, I mean, that's just how it goes, though. Um, I don't mean to be like a jerk. I don't want to be a jerk. It just kind of happens out of nowhere, and probably makes things more interesting because, like, I think that, like, you gotta throw in some type of, like, it can't just be like the routine, everything is perfect. Every day is completely perfect. You gotta like throw something else in there. You gotta throw like humor, jokingly humor, like, you know, that's what I do. And you know, like, I don't like meeting people. Since I'm an introvert, it's always been like tough. Like, yeah, it's like when I was dating, I didn't really like cold approach nobody. I really didn't. I just mostly used the internet, honestly. Um, when I did a cold approach, I haven't really done very well cold approaching. It just seems like never a good situation, and I never get any type of signals like, "Hey, talk to me." So like, there's, I don't know, you know, it's just like you can tell when there's more of enthusiasm to talk to you, or like an eagerness, kind of like, hey, what's going on, like excitedness. um Not even a hint, not even like acknowledgement either. Like, there's no acknowledgement. So I'm just walking around like I don't give a fuck, man. I usually don't acknowledge anybody. I just like, that's just what we're living in, you know. Just keep to myself. That's what everyone wants to do. I keep to myself. It's no problem. I've always done it. I'm an introvert. So, um, yeah, like, I would like to know what it'd feel like to be like wealthy in this reality. I would like to know like what it's like to not have to worry about. I already am wealthy too, by the way, because even though I'm like living in um a broken down, probably making me sick apartment. Cheap garbage apartment, which it served its purpose, like whatever. But the fact that like I have my house, I didn't have to watch my kids um pass away when they were little. Like if I have to, if it happens now since they're old, it's it's easier to take, I think, than when it's not easy. It's never easy losing somebody that valuable in your life. But when you lose them when they're little, that's gotta have a huge impact on your life. Um, just the innocence and bad things happening. That's just a double whammy that I'm glad that I'm thankful that I never had to experience. I go through my own struggles for sure, especially with patience and timing and everything like that. But I'm pretty blessed, man. Like even though like it's been a struggle, it's been like a constant. I guess that's what my life has been since you know it's always been a constant struggle. It's been chaotic. My life has been very chaotic, and trying to make some stability is really tough. Really tough for me. Um, so that's what's always been missing. That's what something I would want too. Is I want stability. But it's crazy the times that we're living in. Crazy. Like I'm about to move back. I'm about to move out of here, and a lot of people it costs what I'm about what I'm about to do costs a lot of money. So, and I know that people like that listen to this video that live in my society will like, oh, you're poor, dude. Whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of us that are struggling, and it's been like this. I'm a poor person, you can say that, when it comes to money and resources. Um, I sold all my gold. I sold all my silver. I sold all of that. I figure like, and I want to. I think I'm gonna start selling my cards. See if I could like sell stuff on eBay, but maybe I won't be able to sell stuff on eBay. We'll see. I don't see a point of having like a bunch of possessions, and I could be wrong because people are putting their money in like um well, for me, like having a bunch of physical possessions for me, uh, I just don't want to carry all that shit. You know, like I wouldn't mind like having a place where I'm about to go, but I want to be able to like go somewhere else off on my own and work and just be me. Just be me. I just want to be by myself. Like I just want to go to I don't care. I can live in Texas, California, just some place where I can live somewhere, sustain myself, just be by myself, live by myself. Um, but like I'm cool with like me and my kid like living together, and us completely splitting everything down the middle. I'm fine with that. Um, Kid's got plans. He wants to become a plumber and go to college and stuff like that, and um, He's gonna have to work hard though. He's gonna have to work a regular job to pay his bills, which he probably shouldn't have to work that hard, just to maintain his life and then go to school too. So like he's gonna have to he's gonna be. And I think it's gonna be good for him because we've got a lot of time that we've spent here. Like me, I'm going to just work as many jobs as I can get, like, and try to start paying down this debt as quick as possible. Um, by spending a lot of my time working, I'll work wherever. I don't care. I need to work 2 jobs for. It doesn't have to be forever, but it needs to be. What it needs to do is get down my debt to a sustainable level. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't like. I don't like right now, like having to uh, worry about cash. I don't want to have. I don't want to have to do that. So like, that's gonna help out a lot. The fact that we're both like paying the bills equal amount each, and he's old enough. As long it's fine. Like I'm fine being having a roommate. He's a good roommate. Um, and I think that's where we're at right now. Is like, you know, yeah, we can be roommates, man. Like, but we're gonna split the bills down the middle because I need to get my shit taken care of. I can't have people like I can't have money going out to people helping people no more. I can't do that. So um I just need to focus on myself, and then like once I get myself all straight, like then I can help other people out. I want to help people out. I don't want to like be a drain on society or anything bad. I want to be good. I want to be able to uplift people. But it takes resources, and I'm waiting for this Bitcoin to blow up. But I don't think it's going to. So it's just kind of like, okay, I guess I'll just go work as hard as I can and get this off. That's where it's headed. Um, we'll see. We'll see, man. Like I don't know what to say. Um, I think that we're in a recession, and hopefully it doesn't last long. Mm. Hopefully it's just a blip in the road. And other countries, like, hey, let's start working together, man. Like let's go on to blockchain. Like blockchain's good, man. Like I don't know why we're not using blockchain. Let's invest. Let's build the infrastructure. Let's make it lightning fast for really cheap. Um, we have our store of wealth that's Bitcoin, and then you have other programs. Um, we even have the dollar on there. The dollar's on there, so uh, I'm not sure why we should be able to pay our bills on there. You know what I mean? It should be like really easy to pay our bills, and we should get credit for paying our every bill like in our name, man. We should get credit for it. How the fuck am I not getting credit for paying my utility bills on time, or my phone, or my car payment? Why am I not like getting credit for that shit? I'm paying my shit. Um, yeah, that's another thing is my car payment. uh, what worries me is like my credit taking a hit from like doing the consolidation, which I don't know if it really saved me much, but I screwed up, taking the hit, see how it goes. Um, that's why I'm going back to where my mom's at in case something bad happens. Like, well, it's just like I don't plan on staying there very long, so I'll be getting a house or something like that probably. Um, but yeah, I plan on just like working. I just want to live by where I work, so I don't have to travel far. In fact, it'd be so cool that if I could live so close to work that I can just walk there. That would be like the best thing you can do is just like I can just walk across the street to work. Like I don't I want to live above work. Like I want to be able to like just I can work long, man. I can like go take a break. I can work on my own whim. Like work's always gonna be happening, so I can just work anytime I want. If I can't sleep in the middle of the night, then I just go down to work and I start like and I go clock in. I start cleaning stuff. Like there's stuff that can be done, and I can be on the clock, and I can see every single penny that I make goes right to my crypto. So like I can see how much money I'm making in real time. Like I'm cleaning up the shop and I open up my phone and I see, oh, the last 15 minutes has generated this much for me. Like that's cool. Well, I can work longer. And that's what we need to see. That gives people more of a motivation to like be able to want to stay longer when you like having to wait a week to get your money. It's just so ridiculous. It should at least we should all get paid like the same day at least. And our technology is so old that we're relying on that we're wait have to. When I go work a regular job, they pay me by the week. They won't pay for me to get back and forth to work, and they don't even want to pay for health insurance. Like, what do you like? What's the incentive to work there? Like, at least pay me, right? At least pay me, like, if you're not gonna pay for health insurance, like, let me have an option, dude. Maybe I'm gonna save the company money by like opting out of health insurance with your company. So whatever you were gonna invest with that, like with my health insurance, then you can like cut me some extra off of that, and then you save money, I save money. I figure out my health insurance a different way. Um, yeah, like no, it's like you come here, you get no health insurance, you don't get anything, you don't get sick pay, you just make this really low rate. Yeah, it's gonna suck to have to work all that, but if I just figure if I do it once and I just do it for a few months of just working like 60-hour weeks where I'm working two jobs, 60, maybe even higher, and just like making all this money dumped on me, which they take a bunch out in taxes, which sucks. But yeah, we'll see. Um, it's we just need to. I don't know, man. I That's why I'm just like I'm just gonna go back to being an NPC, man. It's just I've done everything I can do. I mean, if I the next natural step for me would to be in office, and I think that's what comes down to like when you're a big influencer, you got you're so political anyway, so like you're just gonna comment on political things, but you're not actually gonna be a part of it. So like, what are you complaining about? Like Nick Fuentes, like what you all you do is complain, but you're not like doing anything about it. You're not actually in there trying to solve the problem. If you care so much about the problem, immigration, like why don't you get in there and show people how it's done? Like I am too, man. I want people who are legal, get them out of here. But like when you have that type of a following and all you're doing is just making money and that's it, like what is the cause? Like you just want to say whatever you have to say to get money off of people, and it's just like that's cool. But there comes a point where it's like, I guess you really don't care about what you believe in. Like Dan Bongino taking a massive pay cut. Tim Pool is just sitting here like flabbergasted that he's making this sacrifice. But it comes to a point where it's like, dude, I'm already like living a really, really good life. I have a lot of resources. I've done very well for myself. Let me give back. And Tim's like, dude, Tim, get in office. You don't have to get in office, but like get into justice, like a lawyer. I don't know, man. Do something, dude. Like, being a dad's cool though. At least he's got a kid finally, so now he can. Dude got married, he's got a kid, and does well for himself. But it's just like Phil Labonte. That's gonna be till. I don't think that should be Tim's replacement. And it's kind of funny, like this other guy, what's his name? He's a blue collar guy that comes on there every so often. And then you got Serge. Serge, like, doesn't want the spotlight. Serge is cool as hell. But he's really, really, really smart. So, like, I think, yeah, Raymond J. Stanley or J. Stanley. So, like, I've seen him kind of, like, get the spotlight, Raymond G. Spitz. And it just seemed like it wasn't really going nowhere. And then all of a sudden, Serge was just like, boo, 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 boo. It was like, he doesn't like talk that much. But he can. I don't know. It was like Phil is the guy that seems like he's gonna be. I like Phil. I like his music, and the thing is with Phil, it's like, why are you telling us like you have this monologue of this? Just, hey, I'm Phil Labonte. Like, people should know who you are now. Like, that's your brand. Especially the people that tune on every single day. Like, we know who you are. But it's good to, like, you know, the whole extra stuff, like counter communist or whatever. It's like, just, hey, I'm Phil Labonte, lead singer of All That Remains, on the next. Like, that's all I would say at this point. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you threw in your plug, threw out your status, boom. And it's just like, he goes on to, when Phil's kind of like talking to, it's kind of like that. Kind of like, let's move on. You're sitting there just like trying to breathe and shit. Like, I don't know, you're trying to get shit out. And Trump does that too, breathing the nose. Kind of like pauses the conversation. And it's just kind of funny. I like Phil. I think that they have a really good show. And Tim's like one of my favorites, but I just following all that stuff on a daily basis and knowing everything that's going on, when it really, like, dude, like, okay, I'm fucked. I've been fucked. Like, I'm just tired of hearing about the doom and gloom all the time, and that's what it comes down to. And I feel like hopeful that like Trump can get in there, and I want to see people prosecuted, but it's just like, I'm not getting growth in my own personal stuff, so what's the point of that? Another hour-long video, holy crap. So I need to focus on other things. Like, for me, like, I'm about to just give up on health in the gym. I'm trying to get myself into a better eating habit. Before I come, I'm trying to get myself eating better. But I'm not going to worry about going to the gym at all. I'm just going to worry about having jobs and working. And then once I get myself down to a stable level, then I can just branch off and go back to one job. And then I can start going into like a gym. Like, I told my kid, we might only be there a year and go on to something better. Like, it's just a recalibration right now. It's cheaper standard of living in Missouri than it is in Michigan. So it'll help on that aspect. There's more jobs where I'm going. I don't want to travel really, really far right now. Um, and yeah, so it's a transition that's not something that's like I want to go on to something permanent. I want to have like a permanent residence. It'd be nice. It would be nice, but it's like I can't plan for the future, man. I want a house. I want a cabin. I want something that I can like always go back to. So like that's the goal, man. That's what I want. Like what I want is some cabin in the woods, some place where I'm at, and then I want to like be able to rent in the city. I want to live in the city aspect, but I want to be able to have somewhere else I can go off to. I wanted it to be Washington State, man. I didn't move to these places because like I liked Washington State. I didn't like the politics. The politics are crazy and it's getting worse. My dad's like, "You're lucky you left when you left." Like my brother, my other brother left too, and he doesn't live in Washington State either. So all I hear is my dad hates it and he wants to leave. My other brother lives there and he's trying to sell his house, which is he should have sold it, but he's gonna take a hit, and he wants to leave, and my other brother wants to leave, but they, you know, it's crazy. I loved it there. I liked it. I liked the scenery. It was absolutely amazing. It was breathtaking. Um, I think, and I did pretty well there. I did pretty well socially. I did pretty well dating there. Um, I liked it. Like if I had a place, if they were just kind of like moderate with their politics, not having these radical communists in there that like trying to take your kids and can tell you how to raise your kids or whatever, then it's like, yeah, that's more of a family friendly. But they're completely radical, man. I can't deal with that radical crap. But yeah, it's like I would like to live where Twin Peaks was filmed. It's called Snoqualmie Pass, and then like you can shoot the place I wanted to. What was the place I wanted? I forgot the place. It was too expensive. Like I worked there. It was amazing working there. Like seeing there was like a river that ran through it. And mountains on both sides of green. That was cool. The only thing I'm worried about, like in those type of environments where it's heavily forested, is like forest fires. You got to worry about that. Canada has a bunch of them. So does California. So you don't want to get caught in a forest fire. That would not be good. Um, so you definitely the UP would be so cool to live in, but I can't make money. Like I need to make money like remotely, and I can't. If I can make money remotely, I would love to live in the UP. I'd love to just get like some land out there and just I don't know, but it costs a lot of money here. It seems like all the prices are coming down um, when it comes to housing. People are afraid to take on the housing right now. I think that we are going through a recession. I don't think that we had a full recession. I think it was like a somewhat recession before. Some of us were dealing with the recession and others weren't, or others didn't feel it, namely the rich people. Um, but I feel like I've been dealing with the recession since, you know, 2022 at least. It's felt like that. As soon as the inflation started hitting hard, that's when it started feeling like we're in a recession. Um, but just because like when you're living like low and right on the border, when you do have to deal with that type of inflation of like food prices because of all the money printing we did, uh, it's a detriment. And other people didn't really feel it. Like they're rich, they had a bunch of money, they didn't care. So it didn't feel like a recession to them. They feel like their normal lives. But for people like me, the lower people, we felt it. We felt it. And that's why I invested in what I invested in back then. And when I invested into um, Bitcoin, I invested into uh, silver and gold, all of that, sports cards, um, guns, bullets, food. Uh, I just opened up a Infowars 25-year food thing. I tried it out. Did the mac and cheese, and yeah, like it would taste amazing if like there was no other food you haven't ate for a while. But like living in this society, I don't see any point for me to eat that unless like there's really nothing for me to eat. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. I'll probably finish off the packet. Maybe it's um maybe not, but like uh it's definitely not the greatest. You probably can add to it to make it better. And that's probably what you can do is probably just add to it. Add some extra ingredients to make it better. So yeah, so I don't like to waste. The thing is like, okay, how much I got? Okay, I shouldn't go on to this, but it's just so crazy. Like everything gets recycled. There's like set and what is the other one? Sun and set. Like the sun, there's the light and the darkness. Light, there's a constant back and forth, chaos and order. Like everything that's created will be eventually be destroyed. So like you know what I mean? Like everything that's created will be destroyed in this reality. Even whatever we can, unless we can get out of this solar system and go on to other places before like a black hole takes us out. I don't know if we're gonna live like billions of years from now, though. Like by the time a black hole hits us, it might be billions or trillions of years, but eventually, like I think that's what we're traveling towards anyway, as a black hole. Like where are we traveling in space? Probably towards a black hole. How are we moving? Probably towards a black hole. Oh, that's isn't that creepy? We're traveling probably towards a black hole. How are we moving through space? If we got off and try to come back, it'd be a billion years from now or something like that. Imagine leaving this place, this universe, coming back, and it's like almost gonna get incinerated by the black hole. That's what's probably gonna happen, man. I don't know when, you know, what happens. Like it just completely destroys everything, and then just see what comes back. Maybe that's what happens. Just goes back and forth. Maybe they're just one huge black hole, and you know, like it's just um, you get sucked in there, and then like there's um, everything gets blown up, and then like it gets recreated in the other atmosphere, and then like it slowly like starts coming back, and then like to destroy everything again and spit it back out, and just goes back and forth. Maybe that's what a black hole does. It just like it sucks everything out of the universe. But they say it's expanding. We're expanding away from it. Maybe we're still like expanding away from the black hole. But at some point everything's probably going to reverse and then get sucked back and go the other way. Maybe we're not going towards the black hole, we're going away from the black hole right now. Um, and at some point we will stop and then start turning back towards it. and then it'll destroy everything in this universe. Not everything, but it'll suck up it'll just go back and forth. I don't know, but that's crazy to think about. Maybe I should like study black holes more. I don't think that we even really understand them, honestly.